5/9 after Trump intention to impose high tariffs on foreign goods. A consultancy linked to sales tax on the middle class. Well, then he planned to offer tax benefits to families and small business. Who does Winston with September 12, 2024. Republican Donald Trump and Democratic Vice President Kamala Harris immediately went on the offensive in the opening segment of their first presidential debate on Tuesday. It's seeking academic or altering moment in chair for seat of Lincoln. Harris 47 57 59 attacked Trump in intention to impose high tariffs on foreign goods, a proposal she has linked to Australia's state. The middle class will tuning her plan to offer benefits to families and small business. Donald Trump left us towards unemployment size the Great Depression, Harris said, referring to his years as president from 2017 under 2021. Unemployment peaked at 40.8% in April 2020 and 6.4% when they left office. It was far higher in the Great Depression. Trump 78,000 Harris for the persistent inflation during the Biden administration term. Third, he often the level of price increases. He also provided a quickly to top issue immigration, claiming and again all attention that immigrant from inside Asia are crossing the U.S. southern border with Mexico. Inflation, he said, has been a disaster for people. Migrant, he very class. The debate got underway at 8:09 p.m. East TV 100 GMT on Wednesday, with a surprise handshake between the two opponents. How that very meet before. Harris overturned Trump's attention in the introduced half by name in what was The first handshake at presidential debate size 2070, 2080, with 8 weeks to go before the November 5 election. A day until early voting starts in some states. The debate, the only one certain consistent to opposition and Wisconsin for else candidate in front of a television audience of tens of millions of voters. The encounter is presently important for Harris, with opinion polls showing that more than a quarter of likely voters feel they do not know a lot about her. Harris entered the race only 7 weeks ago after President Joe Biden exit.
She doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan, and it's like 4 sentences, like run, spot, run. 4 sentences that are just, we'll try and lower taxes. She doesn't have a plan. Take a look at her plan. She doesn't have a plan.
I believe in the ambitions, the aspirations, the dreams of the American people. And that is why I imagine and have actually a plan to build what I call an opportunity economy. Because here's the thing. We know that we have a shortage of homes and housing. And the cost of housing is too expensive for far too many people. We know that young families need support to raise their children, and I intend on extending a tax cut for those families of $6,000, which is the largest child tax credit that we have given in a long time. My opponent, on the other hand, his plan is to do what he has done before, which is to provide a tax cut for billionaires and big corporations, which will result in $5 trillion to America's deficit.
We're doing tariffs on other countries. Other countries are going to finally, after 75 years, pay us back for all that we've done for the world. Look, we've had a terrible economy because inflation, which is really known as a country buster, it breaks up countries. We have inflation like very few people have ever seen before, probably the worst in our nation's history. We were at 21%, but that's being generous because many things are 50, 60, 70, and 80% higher than they were just a few years ago. They have, and she has, destroyed our country with policy that's insane. Almost policy that you'd say they have to hate our country. First of all, they bought their chips from Taiwan. We hardly make chips anymore because of philosophies like they have and policies like they have. I don't say her because she has no policy. Everything that she believed 3 years ago and 4 years ago is out the window. She's going to my philosophy. In fact, I'm going to send her a MAGA hat. She's gone to my philosophy, but if she ever got elected, she'd change it. And it will be the end of our country. She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist. Her father's a Marxist professor in economics, and he taught her well. When you look at what she's done to our country, and when you look at these millions and millions of people that are pouring into our country monthly, where it's, I believe, 21 million people, not the 15 that people say, and I think it's a lot higher than the 21. That's bigger than New York State pouring in. And just look at what they're doing to our country. They're criminals. Many of these people coming in are criminals. And that's bad for our economy, too. You mentioned before, we'll talk about immigration later. Well, bad immigration is the worst thing that can happen to our economy. They have, and she has, destroyed our country with policy that's insane. Almost policy that you'd say they have to hate our country.
Well, as I said, you're going to hear a bunch of lies, and that's not actually a surprising fact. Let's understand who the Donald Trump hand-selected 3 members of the United States Supreme Court with the intention that they would undo the protections of Roe v. Wade. They did exactly as he intended. And now in over 20 states, there are Trump abortion bans, which make